our friend's doing a little shopping today. Very casual record shopping.
Let's see. Look at him with his leg crossed.
Oh, look at that. He's looking.
Just browsing.
He's browsing.
Just browsing.
There are times when a movie is only half the story. The other half comes blasting through the theater speakers. It may have been an ominous orchestra that sent shivers down your spine, or a guitar riff that sculpted a heroic montage. Or maybe it was a soaring symphony that made spaceships majestic, or carefully curated jukebox gems that defined a generation. Through it all, enviable scores and perfectly placed pop songs have often stolen the spotlight and even outlived the movie itself. Today, Glenn, Dave, and Jimmy roll the credits on Top 5 Soundtracks, the film scores and needle drops that turned movies into legends, on this episode of the 5x3.
Hey, welcome to the 5x3. Today's episode is Top 5 Soundtracks, and we're going to get into what that means exactly to Glenn, and what that means to Dave, and what it means to me. What is a soundtrack? And we're going to get into that in just a moment. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Glenn.
I'm Dave.
And this is Top 5 Soundtracks. Glenn, since you were the one to whack the hornet's nest and start this whole controversy off, why don't you explain to us what you believe a soundtrack is?
Okay. I start with going to the record store, and I go to the soundtracks section. And in that section, you will find all music associated with TV and film. Could be needle drop, could be a score, could be a combo, any of the above. Soundtracks is a catch-all for music releases associated with film and TV. That's how I see it.
Now, I would just say, is meat inside of bread all considered a hamburger? Or are there hot dogs, cheeseburgers, hoagies, subs?
Well, hamburger is very specific.
I wasn't necessarily being literal.
Is a hot
I know
dog
what
a
you're
sandwich?
saying. You're trying to wiggle out of my soundtrack catch-all.
I'm trying to get out of the catch-all. You know what? I was kind of the peacemaker. I was the pacifist when this came up. I'm gonna let Dave, who really actually was the one who got this fire started. He lit a flame under Glenn after the last episode, and it got fired up. And Glenn's now had arguments with multiple people.
Had one today
about this. And Dave, what say you?
I mean, if you think about it in the strictest sense of the word, yes, they do call scores soundtracks. I feel like they're different, though. A score is originally composed music for a movie or film or TV show. A soundtrack is needle drop most of the time. There is a little bit of crossover there, but for this, I've bowed down to the list, and this is a catch-all. My list is, a little bit of a combo of both, but I'm not going to go full. Probably not full scores is going to be anything that's on my soundtracks. Because I just, in my mind, I get it. Glenn goes to the record store. You go to the soundtrack section. There's everything there.
I think he's going by record store rules.
Wait. Well, yes, record store rules.
Yeah.
Those are the only rules.
Wait, Dave, are you telling me that you've excluded scores that may have been on your list because you don't believe they're soundtracks?
Yes.
I thought we agreed you weren't going to do that.
No, well.
Ooh, see, now it's getting hot.
Because now the list is invalid.
I don't think so.
It's invalid.
I don't think so.
Wow, these are fighting
Not for mine. Because, if you're gonna,
we're talking about two separate things then.
If you're gonna say what are the best movie soundtracks, and we're including scores in that, they would all be scores. But this is not a scores list.
Fine. No,
to me. Because
the whole point of the
because
list.
because when someone says to me the soundtrack of a movie, that's needle drop. That's what's
All right.
in my brain.
So, and the rules of the show are there are no rules. So if that's Dave's interpretation of a soundtrack, then we move forward and this is his list. I don't think it invalidates it or taints it at all. That's his definition. Glen, you make a great argument for walking in a record store. All the soundtracks are in there, whether they're scores, whether musicals are probably in there, which I excluded myself. I excluded musicals. I decided to throw in a couple needle drops.
I didn't really think about musicals, but I've got a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you just said there's no scores on your list.
Score, yes and no. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there. For this one, I think it's if you listen to it separate from the film or TV show, because you like it that much. That's all that matters. Everything on my list is that.
Okay, yes. I just wanted to make sure you weren't excluding something that you might listen to because it's a score.
No.
Okay.
I have not done that.
Right. Well, and this should go for any list we do. It's stuff, unless we're doing a list of stuff that we can't stand. It's stuff that we listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I think we've made peace. We do not let the sun go down harboring any hostility.
No.
We're gonna press on here in peace and go with Dave for his number 5.
And I have to start it off.
You got to start the trouble, my man.
I'm self-conscious about how this all fits together, but
look at Glenn. He looks like he's anticipating being angry.
Well, I know. I mean,
he looks like he's ready to just blow his cool.
Thinking for me, what's going to be on Glenn's list. I mean, I have my ideas about what's on Glenn's list.
Of course you do. It's going to be the most anticlimactic thing ever.
But I still think our definitions of soundtracks are pretty much 180 from each other, even though we've agreed to disagree. But
that's good. We don't want to. That'd be great. I have a feeling I'm going to have some same ones as, a couple maybe.
So I'm just going to start. All right. So the year is 1993. The movie is Dazed and Confused, directed by Richard Linklater. I went to, the thing that the part of that movie is when they go to they call it the tower or whatever. They have a keg party in the woods. I went to those parties.
Yeah.
and these were some of these songs are the ones that were playing at those parties. Rick Derringer. If you have a Fog Hat song in your movie, I'm in. School's Out, Alice Cooper, ZZ Top, Nazareth, Ted Nugent, Leonard Skinner, Kiss, Black Sabbath. It's just, I love it because I love that movie, first of all, and I also love it because it just reminds me of small town where you grew up. Yeah. It takes me right back. I mean, I can't tell you how many parties I went to in the woods.
Yeah. It's a perfect movie with a perfect soundtrack. And it's just 1976 to the T.
I know. That's the thing. I think it's the Kiss. When they walk outside and all the Kiss, they have the Kiss statues and they have the makeup on. The people just hanging out, just driving around is so good. And that was the soundtrack of that time period. He nailed it on the head with that year, that time period.
Which was not 90. Which was not 90. I don't mean to interrupt, but just to be clear, in case there's younger people listening, it was not 1993. That's when the movie came out.
Set in 1976.
76. Oh yeah. Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Not much else to say about it, but it took me back to a little bit of my youth, the small town summer party. It was just great.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much, and I'm from a small town as well in Michigan, and it reminded me so much of when I was really, really young, but you were aware of the neighbors, the guys driving around in the GTOs, and everyone called them burnouts because it was the guy who had the cigarette pack rolled up on his sleeve and whatever. I mean, I guess that was before that, but the guys who were smoking, the bad boys. They were driving around cranking all of those artists that you just mentioned. They were cranking them from their muscle cars.
It was a huge part of it, just driving around and just cranking tunes out.
Dazed and Confused, and Glenn didn't even object. I mean, We're off to a good start. This is smooth sailing.
I love all that. It's a great soundtrack. It's a great movie. It's one of those movies I've watched over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, super nostalgic.
I'm saying, like I said, Foghat, man. If you got Foghat in your movie, I'm in.
It's just so beautifully placed in there too.
Oh, it
it's
is.
Just,
man.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Glenn, I don't know. Brace yourself, Dave. It's Glenn's number 5 coming at you. You coming in hot today, Glenn?
I am coming in pretty hot. Pretty hot and obscure. I would like to point out...
Toxic did a soundtrack?
Before I pull this up, I have 2 copies of this. One is an original pressing, which I actually got sealed from a guy in Spain, and on Discogs, and it was very exciting. And then I have a remastered, reissued version of it on Death Waltz. And
I love the Death
I just want
Waltz.
to point out the first release says original motion picture score.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
The controversies. Again.
Right. And then when Death Waltz reissued it,
oh boy,
it says original soundtrack recording.
See, this is the thing. This was the. I don't want to.
This is good, though.
We
We'll
won't get back into it.
Okay, I just thought I'd point that out. So here we go.
It's scandalous. Why the different names?
Because Death Waltz knows that the record store says soundtracks.
Because they got it right.
Because Death Waltz called Glenn and said, "What should we call this?" He's like, "Call it a soundtrack."
You will see that this first issue of calling it original motion picture score is an outlier. Anyway, my number 5 is Slumber Party Massacre by Ralph Jones.
Ralph Jones. Yeah, that seems bright.
Yeah, that's that checks out for Glenn as number 5.
That is fantastic.
Yeah. So this is the reissue.
That's the reissue.
Quite different. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because the other one was actually the poster of the movie, wasn't it?
Yes, that's the actual. Yeah. Which when Death Waltz and Mondo, these companies, Waxwork, when they do their reissues, they often do brand new artwork. This is 1982. This is just a classic slasher. The killer uses a drill with a drill bit. Like, I mean, you can see it. Look at that drill bit.
Yeah.
And it's just exactly what it's a Slumber Party Massacre. That's what it's about.
Is there a lot of like staccato strings, like right?
Oh no! So I got to get into exactly what this is.
Yeah.
But
they gave it the right title. They gave it the
right title. There's a few deaths before the Slumber Party. But
Parking Lot Massacre before the Slumber Party.
Yeah. So the director, Amy Holden Jones, asked her brother, Ralph, to score this film. Super low budget.
Ooh, do we know the budget? I'd love to hear low budget.
I didn't look up the budget. I probably should have, but very. You'll understand how tight the budget was when you hear the story of what Ralph did to do this. He was into modular synths. He always built his own instruments. Composer and performer of live electronic art music. So when his sister asked him to do this, he's like, I don't have the right kind of tools. I have everything I have. I'm just twisting knobs. I can't score a film. So he took his little advance of money that he got to do this, and he marched on down to Macy's.
Macy's.
Yes, evidently the Macy's that he was going to had a instrument section. And he tried out a bunch of, inexpensive polyphonic synthesizers. And he landed on the Casio-Tone MT30. I just so happened to have a Casio-Tone MT30.
No kidding.
So look at this beautiful case. I got it in the case.
That's amazing. He's got the...
Glenn's going to play the score for us right now.
Here's the thing. So he did the entire score on this synthesizer.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. 2 wine glasses, crystal wine glasses.
Oh, doing the...
A violin bow and a cymbal. He got all this stuff at a junk store on the way home after buying the Casio tone. So here it is.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that keyboard.
That's incredible.
Well, that's a nice shape.
It's a beautiful shape.
Where'd you get that?
I got it on eBay.
Oh. I love the eBay.
The entire score was done on this synth. And you can imagine
ominous sounding
what that sounds like. So it's
rich tones. My goodness, the bass almost caved in my chest from that Casio. I mean,
that's a nice decay.
You heard the? You mean? I bet if you went through those presets, though, we could name places where that songs or places movies we've heard.
Heard the
sounds. $220,000, by the way. That was the film budget.
Oh, really? Okay.
He probably ended up buying more than a Casio keyboard after the film was done. It made $3.5 million.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Nice
That's
return.
pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's become a cult classic.
Yeah.
Joking aside, I do truly love this soundtrack. The minimalism going on here is insane, and it's incredible. Like, it inspired me in many ways, and one was making my own music to like pick a few things to use. It's like narrow the toolkit down to a few things and force yourself, because I think it's just incredible. What he's like, that's it. 2 wine glasses, a violin bow, a ride cymbal, and this Casio Tone MT30. Yeah. It's amazing.
A lot of those early, late 70s, early 80s records with synthesizers, the best ones were just utilized. That's all they could afford. They were lucky if they could afford one synthesizer. Because when they came out, they were more expensive, than we're used to now. They, comparatively. But,
especially for like horror scores, those movies did not have the biggest budgets, and
no.
What is it? Necessity is the mother of all invention. Yeah. So they're just making it work.
It was recorded on a TAC 4-track reel-to-reel tape recorder.
Wow. And so it sounds really like I haven't heard this. It sounds it made your top 5. It sounds really cool, good. Yeah. The music is actually like it's
perfect for the movie. It's absolutely perfect for the movie.
There you go.
Okay, that's it.
All right, nice. Slumber Party Massacre, Glen's number 5. Mine's not anything that nearly that cool and kind of has such an interesting backstory. My number 5 is one of these records that I listened to so much that I just couldn't leave it off. Or otherwise, it was just like, okay, I'm lying to myself. I listened to this record for years and years and years, and I still put it on because I still love all the songs on it. It's kind of described as a college rock new wave time capsule, jangly guitars, synth pop sheen, bittersweet romantic tone, cheesy 80s movie that it's from 1986, cheesy but good in its own, it has its good things, fun things about it too. It's just a fun 80s movie, but it's Pretty in Pink. John Hughes film that was actually the script was inspired by him hearing the song, the original version of Pretty in Pink by the Psychedelic Furs, which they ended up recutting and making a little bit better sounding recording of it. The soundtrack's become like its own cult soundtrack. People love this soundtrack. They talk about, there's forums about it, people just talking about how each and every one of these songs is cool in its own way, and it was just so meticulously curated. So, and some of that was, it was on A&M, so there's a few, a couple A&M artists on it. But just quickly, I'll just go through some of these songs because they're just really awesome. So, starts out with "If You Leave," OMD. Hughes came to OMD at the very last minute. They screened the movie, and it had a different ending, and they were using "Thieves Like Us" by New Order. And it did not test well. So they dumped the ending, and which I won't tell because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. They dumped the ending, they dumped the song, and he called up OMD and said, I need a song and I need it fast. And I've heard OMD talk about this before. They wrote this song in a day. They wrote it, got in the studio, recorded it, and turned it around just like that fast in a couple days. It was done. So that's the first track. Then Left of Center by Suzanne Vega has Joe Jackson. It's not even credited on here. Or wait, maybe he is now. Well, the original versions didn't credit him. But anyway, Joe Jackson's playing piano on this really cool Suzanne Vega track called Left of Center. Probably my favorite song on the entire album. Some of the other ones, Jesse Johnson, he's from The Time. Really, really cool song. Get to Know You. Could have been a single off of one of his own records. Do What You Do, In Excess. That could have been a single on one of their own records, maybe like a third single or something. Then you got Pretty in Pink. Shell Shock, New Order. Big song by them. Round and Round by Belowisum. Wouldn't It Be Good? That's a great tune. Bring On the Dancing Horses, a classic by Echo and the Bunnymen. Just a classic. And then a cover by the Dream Academy. Why does this say the Smiths? This must be a reissue that they put the Smiths on it. Wow. It was normally the Dream Academy did a cover of Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want.
And this one has the Smiths?
This says the Smiths.
Interesting.
I have to do some.
Is there some licensing funny business going on?
I have a few copies of this, as you might imagine, because I've listened to it so many times. Pink versions, all kinds of versions. If I'm being honest, I have played the hell out of that record.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, it's classic. He was so good at that too, John Hughes. Of curating music for his movies.
Yeah.
Like he was so good at it.
It was so important to him.
Yeah, it was. It was. Like he was just able to tap into that like teenage, like Midwest Chicago angst and stuff, and the music he picked would fit all that perfectly.
Props to John Hughes for all the great stuff he gave us over the years with his films and the soundtracks. So that's my number 5, and Dave, it's back to you for number 4.
Okay, my number 4, going back to the kind of early 90s. This filmmaker and how he puts music into his movies is also a big part, along with John Hughes. This is 1994, Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino. Maybe you don't listen to this like a soundtrack as a whole, but I just thought the way he kind of wove the songs into the movie worked so well. Like Let's Stay Together, like when Marcellus and Butch are in the bar. It's so, everything creates tension, even though it's like such a nice song. It's like you can feel that tension. That song in the background is just like doesn't quite fit, but it makes that total sense.
Yep.
Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield, when Vincent and Mia meet for the first time. Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, right before she overdoses. It's such great tension.
Yeah.
I also thought using You Never Can Tell by Chuck Berry instead of the twist when they do the dance competition it's such an inspired choice. Like you could easily just throw the twist there and be done with it, but no, he did it differently. And so these songs, like they pop up. I have them like in my big playlist, my big Spotify playlist, and they pop up here and there, and it takes me back to the movie, but also just they're a great kind of collection of songs too. So kind of like what I was saying with John Hughes, are just so good at picking songs to put in movies in specific situations.
He is.
And then when you hear them again, even though you've heard them before, they kind of bring you back there. So that's my number 4.
I would say that's a great one. I would say that I would add that even more than the one I just did with John Hughes, which I thought he was, we all agree he was great at that. It's what's interesting about all those songs that you just named, and it's been those songs had existed, many of them on that soundtrack had existed for years, decades before. And whenever I hear those songs now, I always think of that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
They just became synonymous with the movie. I mean, that's powerful. That's a great one. I mean, and Tarantino, let's give him his flowers. I mean, he does, all of his soundtracks are really good.
But that moves us to number 4 for Glenn.
Glenn, how do you top Slumber Party Massacre? How is that not your number 1?
Well,
deep breath.
My number 4 is my favorite Queen album.
Wow, Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
That I did not see coming.
I get
1980.
it. That's good.
That's a great one, but I didn't see that coming.
So awesome.
Yeah.
there's so many good things going on here. The combination of rock synthesizers feathering in the actual movie.
Yeah.
As a kid, I didn't really know a lot about Queen. This kind of broke new ground for me, and I had a new respect for them that honestly has never been recaptured outside of this album. When you can combine sci-fi synthesizers with explosive rock and anthemic vocals and I mean, it's just electrifying. It's crazy.
I remember the first time I heard that, it was, what year was it? Was it 80?
1980.
1980.
Yeah. It was so, they already had some stuff that was pretty bombastic, but when that came out and I heard this actual song, Flash Gordon, I was like, what? Because it did have, I don't know, there was something bigger, something more bombastic than their other stuff and anything else I think I had heard, up to that point on the radio. Because I think I heard it on the radio and I was like, what is going on here?
It's like the license to write for a sci-fi movie unlocked something with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It gave them freedom to like go even further down into that brash, like bizarre kind of thing.
They took it seriously because because it's not like they're not 100% what you think of Queen all the time on this album. They're doing what's called for the movie, for the scene, for whatever. And also this was produced by Mac. Reinhold Mack. He produced The Game for Queen. Another One Bites the Dust is probably my next favorite. Anyway, it's just so cool how dialogue and sound effects through the whole thing. It's truly the soundtrack, right? It's everything. It's all the sound from the movie without the picture. That's pretty awesome.
The whole shebang. Yeah.
Excellent. Glenn's number 4, Flash Gordon from Queen. And I guess that brings it to me, which this one is, brace yourself, guys, and give me a moment to explain myself, because I have a whole wall back here of, soundtracks behind me that I could choose from. And I tortured myself for a week now since this, and I narrowed it down, and this had to be in mine. The artist name who did it, is not going to strike anyone out there as a cool band that did a cool soundtrack, and yet this might be my most played soundtrack of all time, of anything. I listened to this record religiously, and the band, which is shocking because they're synonymous with one song, and the band that did the soundtrack to 1985's To Live and Die in L.A., a movie by William Friedkin, is Wang Chung. Yeah. And now, I know what everyone thinks when you hear Wang Chung, and it's an unfortunate name. The name came from, and I made sure to find this out so we all can put this to rest, because I don't know why they made that silly song. And I'm usually very I'm very forgiving about music.
I mean,
it's the Everybody Have Fun Tonight, Everybody Wang Chung. You can't even Wang Chung when you hear what the definition of Wang Chung is, because
it actually...
the song's fine.
Is it not that bad?
It's the act of using your
name in a song
as an action.
Yeah.
An activity.
It's a verb. You're Wang Chugging.
Yeah. It's not like Iron Maiden, the song Iron Maiden,
Yeah, you can't Iron Maiden tonight.
True.
It's just... True. But anyway, I don't want to give them a hard time.
Eponymous? Eponymous track? So Wang Chung, tell us, what the hell does it mean?
Okay, so the band's name came from the Chinese term Huang, Huang Chung, meaning yellow bell, the root note of ancient Chinese music. They later respelled it as Wang Chung with a W so people could actually pronounce it. So because everyone was going Huang, whatever, they could you didn't know how to say it. So they just went with that. Okay, yeah, Dave said it. I guess the name's never really bothered Dave.
Striking a bell? Striking the bell? Is that what
yellow
Wang Chunging is?
Yellow bell. That's the
the act of striking the yellow bell.
It's just not really. It's the root note of ancient Chinese music. So I don't know how you become a root note if everybody's root noting tonight. Like I don't. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
It doesn't have to. It was 1985.
What's sad is all that, if they just didn't have that song in their whole entire portfolio of music, all their records are great. Their records are really, really good. Yeah. So let me just get into this, because this album is it's described as a bright, angular, icy 80s neon noir, gritty crime thriller score. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, but it's one of my favorites from the 80s. To Live and Die in L.A.
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah. It's a little foggy, Jim. A little foggy.
Well, you got to revisit, because this is one of...
I've been wanting to, actually.
Yeah.
It came up the other day.
Freaking made, Sorcerer. He made The Exorcist. He made, all kinds of great films.
Big fan.
This is his favorite film that he made.
Oh, really?
Those are his words.
Huh.
So he went to Wang Chung. He had heard some songs off their first record, Dance All Days, and a song called Wait, which was on their first record. Ended up on the side one of this album. It's kind of weird. The soundtrack's kind of weird too. The whole side one, has vocals on it. Side two, all instrumental.
Yeah.
And the music on side two, this came out in '85. Everything that kind of came out after that, and I'm talking Ministry, Twitch, like groundbreaking, electronic records like that came out after this. And you can hear the influence of this soundtrack on so much like industrial music and stuff like that. They made it kind of clean, Wang Chung did, on this. But, 86 came around, Twitch comes out, and I'm like, that sounds an awful lot like all these sounds, and it's just, Al Jorgensen dirtied it up with distortion and reverb. And these guys had like a cleaner version of it. What he did was he asked them to sketch out some music ahead of time. And they just did some quick stuff for Friedkin. And he actually used that temp stuff to shoot scenes with, because he was so inspired by it. He's like, I want the tempo of this. I want the feel of this. I want the movie to look like this sounds. I want it to feel like this. And this explains why I fell in love with the movie and the music, because it just is so married perfectly together. It creates such a vibe, in a mood, and it's set in LA. We're LA guys. We've been here longer than we lived in our hometowns, and so it's cool. LA Times named it one of the coolest films ever shot in LA. Go check out the movie, even if you got to pay a few bucks to rent it. It's a great 80s film.
I do enjoy a good LA noir film, because it's a different vibe than like a New York thing, which is usually tied up with mafia stuff. It's a different feeling. A crime film in LA.
Yeah,
and I have seen that movie, not for a long time, but
it's a different kind of grime and grit. It is. And the nefarious stuff that's going on is different than other places. I've said it out loud now, and I've got the whole Wang Chung thing off my chest. I feel like I can move forward now.
The whole catalog.
A little underrated, I think. They were great musicians, classically trained. The guys got chops too. They're good musicians. Actually, they weren't just like some, dudes like sitting around. So
Wang Chunging
tonight. Yeah.
Well, they were though. That's what they were sitting around doing.
So much so that they had to write a song about it.
They did.
Oh, Dave. Dave, hit us with your number 3.
Okay, number three. We're going full orchestral score here. This is one of a trilogy of movies, and you could say that it is the greatest score ever written in the history of movies. But I'm going with 1980, The Empire Strikes Back.
That's the one, Dave.
If you're going to pick one, that's the one.
Yes.
It introduces, I think, the best villain theme of all time, which is the Imperial March.
Yep.
And you could say Jaws too, but I think this one is just better. It's thrilling. It's scary.
Yes.
It's so powerful. Just the whole score, I think, is just a step up from the original Star Wars. There's Yoda's theme, which is really nice. There's a track called Hyperspace, which is a bad piece of music. Like, John Williams can write the super pretty stuff, but he could also write down and dirty, like fast, coming at you sort of stuff too, which is just so fantastic. This is such a traditional score, But for me, as a sound, because I do listen to this soundtrack.
Yeah.
This
Me
is
too.
Empire Strikes Back. It's fantastic. The whole thing. It's really, really good.
I would say that's the top of the mountain for him. I mean, he's done so many. It's hard to, I guess, say, and it's pretty subjective.
It's like listening to a symphony. It's there it is.
There we go.
I mean, even you could say like, okay, yes, he's writing these like popcorn movie soundtracks, but he is an incredible composer. The Star Wars main theme is an insane piece of music.
Yeah.
It is, if you just listen to it without the context of the movie, it is so perfect. It's like exciting, it's emotional, it's everything.
Dave, do you remember the Boston Pops when John Williams was...
He was the conductor. Yeah. For a little while there, yeah.
Pretty lucky to have that going on in Boston at our age.
I know, exactly.
That was incredible.
Yeah. So what can you say about John Williams? But for me, this is a soundtrack of his that I do listen to. I listen to this soundtrack straight through,
Yeah.
So and really it's the Imperial March for me. Like I could listen to that at any time. It gets me amped up. I went to music school. And so one of your requirements in music school to get your degree is to take a conducting class. And so I will find myself conducting in the car to the Star Wars, the Empire Strikes Back soundtrack. It's really fun. Although I don't know what people think of me as they look to the left and see me conducting.
It's quite a look.
Dave with a timeless classic from John Williams, Empire Strikes Back. And Glenn, you're up with number 3.
Number 3, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Halloween 3.
By John Carpenter and Alan Howarth.
Okay. In number 3.
Yeah, specifically 3.
Number
1 that established it all. Nope. 2, not so much. 3's the charm.
This one hits me the hardest.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't deny the original,
greatness of the theme.
It's singularly one of the greatest pieces of music ever written for a film. But as an album, this one, it's so dark, and the series is such an outlier. There's no Michael Myers in Halloween 3. So it's important to note that John Carpenter worked with Alan Howarth on this. I got to show you this picture. The greatest room in the world, right there.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Synth porn.
So this is 1982. Music composed and performed by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. Alan contributed to writing as well. I think it's often overlooked that they were, in fact, a team. So that's my number 3.
Does this one have the main theme? Did that stay across?
No.
Yeah, because I know Halloween 3 so it did not have the theme. Okay. No. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense because they went another direction, right?
Did you like the score by itself, or did you love the movie with the score?
The movies, I like it. I really enjoy it. I watch it every year. But I listen to the soundtrack much more than I watch the movie. I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Yeah.
So
I don't even think I've ever even seen Halloween 3, but John Carpenter's music, like, he's a legit composer. Like, the stuff he writes is so fascinating to me. That original Halloween theme is one of the scariest pieces of music I think ever written. Yeah. Like, it scares the crap out of me. Yeah. And it's genius, and I think especially him sitting I can imagine what he was doing sitting in that room with all those synths, fantastic.
Yeah. And Howarth was responsible, I've read, for doing a lot of different things with this too. He was like the technical guy, the engineer, the synth technician. He would make the presets. He would do whatever. Carpenter was the melody guy, coming up with sort of the creative side of it. Yeah, he just want to, But some of those songs sound like the original theme. Wait. Actually, Carpenter did that one by himself, though, didn't he?
The original theme, yeah.
Because there are moments in some Carpenter stuff, it feels like the tempo of it has been manipulated. To me, the Halloween theme song sounds like it's slowed down intentionally. It just has that feel to it to me. I don't know if it sounds like tape slowed down to me. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel like the tempo that it would be played at.
Well, it's part of the off-putting feeling. That
Exactly.
You get.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Uneasy.
Yeah. On that note, I think it might make a good segue into my number 3, which is John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. I hope I'm not stepping on any toes here going forward, but oh no. This was 81, dark minimalist, synth-driven dystopian score, pulsing electronic rhythms with a gritty urban noir edge. This is Escape from New York. Carpenter with Alan Howarth, as Glenn was just talking about with Halloween 3. These guys got together in 81. This was the first one they did together. They ended up doing 7 films together. And it's just minimalist and is very, I think that's what makes it very cool. It's just the perfect music for this film. I can't imagine any other music with it. It just made it the coolest movie and inspired an entire decade of music videos. You know, everything that came out after this movie, everyone that had a budget tried to look like Escape from New York, and everyone started using these same synthesizers and same drum machines. And just a real quick thing on Carpenter, you know, he cited, you know, some krautrock stuff like, you know, Noi and Kraftwerk, which isn't really considered krautrock, but or I guess early Kraftwerk, but really early Kraftwerk. But and Tangerine Dream, you like the German stuff. You can tell. You go back and listen to Sorcerer. You can tell with Tangerine Dream. You can tell that it was a huge influence on this soundtrack, and what he was pulling from the kind of minimal stuff. I didn't realize just how much Howarth was instrumental in these really turning out to be what they were. John, from what it sounds like, is like he's kind of like the idea guy, gets that basic idea down, but then there's layers and textures and, you know, manipulation with all sorts of kind of the stuff you guys do, both of you guys as engineers and mixers, and you go in and also musicians. If you're an engineer and a mixer and a musician, you really have a giant toolbox versus somebody who can just put a song together.
John Carpenter was able to do quite nicely on the first Halloween soundtrack, but I do think it became more refined and perhaps even closer to John Carpenter's vision working with Alan Howarth.
And he was doing all the step sequencing and sync to picture stuff, which in 81, this is
so
pre-MIDI. Pre-MIDI. This guy's trying to do all this stuff. What a nightmare. Can you imagine how torturous it must have been to put that kind of stuff together? And in the spirit of that DIY sort of like, I don't know, slow it down, speed it up, you know, start here, like, you know, on the count of 3, you know, it's like you're in there just doing, it's very, in this minimalist synth soundtrack, it's very punk rock to me. Like the movie has a punk rock feel to it, you know, with the outfits and the whatever else, but it's very, the music.
Eye patches.
Oh, you got...
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken. I had his quote here. I thought you were dead. Yeah, I get that a lot.
It's a great movie. Great movie.
That is my number 3. Escape from New York, John Carpenter, and Alan Howarth.
Nice.
And we're on to Dave, 2.
My number
it down.
2. Okay, so the last one was Star Wars, kind of a sci-fi movie. This one's another sci-fi movie. This is the soundtrack for one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years. This is Arrival, 2016. This is one of the coolest scores and soundtracks I've ever heard. It's just, especially the way it ties in with the movie. You know, a lot of sci-fi stuff goes super big or techie maybe. This is super emotional. It's written by this guy, Jóhann Jóhannsson from Iceland. And it's very minimalist. It's very textural. It's very moody. It's a great listen. to just like in the headphones if you just want to relax. There's only one piece of music that he didn't write in it that opens the film. It's called this song called "On the Nature of Daylight" by Max Richter, which I think is one of the most devastatingly emotional songs or pieces of music I've heard maybe ever. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie, but the way the score works with the aliens and how their sound design, it just everything fits so perfectly. It's almost like communication, the way he puts these things together, and it's so kind of like I've never heard anything like it before, but it's great. That's my number 2.
That composer, did he do Mandy also? And did he pass away?
He did. Died in 2018. He did do Mandy, yeah.
Which is freaking... have you seen that movie?
No. Sure, he did Sicario.
Oh, man. Yeah, this guy is good.
It's just so different from anything I've heard in that. I mean, there's a lot of moody scores, but this one had a different level to it for me.
Yeah.
And I listen to this sometimes just to hear something freaking cool,
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a really good one.
All right, well, that's my number 2.
Number 2.
Glenn, your number 2.
My number 2 is A Nightmare on Elm Street by Charles Bernstein.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is some dark synthesizer work. Dave, you and I watched it, I think, together for the first time. I think neither of us had seen it. We watched it in your basement.
I think so. I think you're
on
right.
VHS.
Yeah.
Coming in cold on A Nightmare on Elm Street, there's some terrifying stuff in it. I mean, it's become, kind of this franchise, and there's so many of them now, and it kind of lost a little bit of the terror over time and in favor of the character of Freddy Krueger. But this first film with this score is incredible. And I pleasure listen to this one a lot.
All instrumental?
Yes. It strikes that balance between cool synth score with sound design elements. It's a classic dark synth score for me.
What year was that? 84?
84.
Do you think like that, like the Carpenter stuff kind of kicked off that like an era of doing that stuff for horror?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say it's not quite as minimal as a lot of Carpenter's stuff. It kind of pulls in some more traditional score techniques, not instrumentation, but just kind of techniques.
Yeah, that movie, it did the job for me. It scared the out of me.
Before you know what Freddy Krueger is going to become in pop culture, it held a lot more weight.
It did.
I enjoy all those movies.
Yeah, but you're right. It became more about the character after this movie. It became more about the character than the story necessarily, and he became kind of like that one-liner guy, which and that's where it fell off for me.
It all gets it gets a little watered down when you're on a lunch pail.
The first one is a with a young Johnny Depp it's a great horror film.
So yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice. All right,
my
number
Nightmare
2.
on Elm Street.
Number 2 from Glenn. My number 2. I'm going to make this one quick, guys, because I think I took up too much time on the other ones. This one's really popular, and it's not going to be a surprise to anybody. It's needle drop stuff, but I couldn't live with myself if I did not put this on my list, because I've listened to it probably more than, well, at least this band I've listened to, and it's just it sold 40 billion copies, I think, with a B. It's Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
I'm a huge, and this is a little Homer, like I love the Bee Gees, and so I love their songs. There's not it's just the whole record is just chock full of hit song after cool hit song after cool hit song. Everybody knows a lot of these, but it's just really some of the only stuff that I really dug into that I found was new information about this was that before the Bee Gees even got involved, the production team was going around cutting some of the dance scenes using Boz Scaggs' Lowdown. Okay. And they were, which I believe is Pecoro on drums, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
That killer groove, but still, Lowdown in Saturday Night Fever. That's a different movie.
Yeah,
that's not a I don't know that that's it's like one of the best grooves ever, but I don't know if it's got the energy of a Saturday of the Bee Gees that they brought to the table. But the record label RSO was a rival to Boz Scaggs' label, Columbia. And so they refused to let them use the track. That soundtrack never would have happened. Think of the involvement of the Bee Gees on it. There's some tracks on there, some score cues by David Shire, which are just kind of, all over the place and different kind of flavors of music or whatever. Imagine if they would have approved Lowdown and the Bee Gees never, the only reason the Bee Gees ever got involved was because that song was turned down. And Robert Stigwood called the Bee Gees and said, this is the song I wanted, but they're not giving it to me. You guys mind doing some tracks? They sent some demos to him. And next thing you know, they were out on the street, and the original John Travolta walking down the street, the feet, the strut, they filmed that using the Staying Alive demo. Wasn't even recorded yet. It was a demo done by Barry. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a great record filled with great songs. And I just, from the time I was a little kid, I think it was one of the first 45s I ever bought was a Bee Gees 45 when I was a little kid. It just has a warm place. It always will. I know some people, the falsetto and stuff bothers some people, and disco bothers some people, but it does not bother me.
No, it's iconic.
I'm still dancing.
Iconic.
I'm still dancing at my age.
I have my childhood copy of Saturday Night Fever here. It's that was on all the time in my house.
Yeah.
Fever was the word. Boy, it was like characters' names. You had WKRP in Cincinnati. You had Johnny Fever. The fever was just breaking everywhere in the late 70s. Everyone had a fever.
Well, it also just exploded careers. The Bee Gees took off. John Travolta everyone took off after that.
Yeah, and the Bee Gees were struggling at that point. There's some great documentaries on the Bee Gees.
Well, yeah, when they're coming out of the 60s, when they're trying to be the Beatles, and then this, they found their niche.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Started fizzling a little bit right before this happened, and then they were so huge that they ended up being, everyone attacked them because they were so big, and they did the whole thing embarrassingly in Detroit, Michigan, where they blew up all the disco records and all that, which was shameful.
Oh, that was Detroit.
Yeah, that's my number 2. Dave, we've come to your number 1.
Okay. My number 1. This soundtrack, it's so bad, it's amazing.
Wow.
I listen to these songs all the time.
You know this, Glenn? Do you know what this is?
I think I do.
We'll see. This is 1985. This is the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Oh yes, Dave, I love you, man.
Wow, no, I didn't have it right at all. Okay.
I love you for this.
It's bad, but it's so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Survivor with Burning Heart. John Cafferty with Hearts on Fire, which that song is bonkers, man. That song is crazy. Kenny Loggins and Gladys Knight with Double or Nothing, and James Brown's Living in America. And my number 1 song off this is
tell me.
No Easy Way Out by Robert Tepper.
Yes.
Yes.
Jim is very tender for Tepper.
I love it. It's
I know the Tepper. I've hung out with the Tepper.
The amount of struggling singing on this soundtrack is shocking.
Singing.
These guys are going for it and not quite getting there, but I love them for trying. James Brown, I don't think realizes he's in a movie when he's performing Living in America. If no one's seen Rocky IV, he goes to Russia to fight a Russian.
Yes, he
and
does.
It's basically the whole movie is just basically music videos. It's just montages.
He's out in the snow.
The training montage is on the soundtrack.
There's like 5 of them. There's like 5 training montages.
The music's fantastic.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
okay, so I mean,
Don't get me going.
Burning Heart, I love all the songs, but I really want to talk about No Easy Way Out
I want to do some push-ups right now.
because it's a great album to work out to. Glenn, I don't tell anyone this, but I lifted a lead part out of No Easy Way Out and put it in a Debris song, which was our
What song?
what was the first song we recorded?
A little too late.
Little Too Late. The ending guitar lead, I kind of lifted out of that song.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't tell anyone. Well, I also love, I love where that song happens in the movie. It's right. Yes, there you go. So you guys have all the vinyl I don't have. This is right after he decides to go to Russia to fight Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
And it's also right after the first time Adrian doesn't believe in Rocky. She literally screams at him, "You can't win!"
Yes, she does.
Runs out of the house, gets in his Ferrari.
How dare she?
I think it's either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And he takes off.
Rocky he can't win.
And it's a montage of all the past of the movies.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I love that song. And I love all the songs. There's something about that one that it's got a place in my heart.
Dave, I'm going to blow your mind right now.
Yeah.
I got to cut in before you go on to the next song or whatever. I got to tell you, I met Robert.
Okay.
And he lives not like about a mile away.
Does he?
Went to his studio. We met because of our kids. Went to his studio, hung out, and I know that song so well. We sat there and did an acoustic version together and did harmonies.
Oh,
I sang the lead and he did harmonies.
Can you tell him hi for me? And tell
I
him
will.
how much I love it.
He's a super awesome guy. He actually co-wrote Into the Night by Benny Mardones. He wrote that.
Oh, really?
He co-wrote that tune. But super sweet guy. Anyway,
great.
I had to tell you that was one of my great, of all the famous people and whatever that I've met and interviewed and done whatever with, my favorite music moment was sitting in the studio with him. We were playing guitars.
I wish I could sing it right now because it's so good.
It's great. It's such a guilty
I just
pleasure.
also love. I could say the lyrics. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. Oh my God! Come on, that is so good.
Go, Robert.
Yeah, Robert. I love it. And
did you write the tune?
He must have, right?
Yeah, he did.
And having John Cafferty. I mean, like listening to this. Go listen to "Hearts on Fire." The song is insane, and like I thought maybe like Toto played on it because it's that intricate and like weird. Like it's almost like really technical, but it's like no, that's just John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
It was just them, huh?
Band.
It was just. I mean, according to their credits, it's just them on that song. But it's way different than anything they've they've done before.
It wasn't on the dark side.
No. But yeah, so Rocky IV. It's so
great.
bad that I love it.
That one was
can't be bad, Dave. It can't be bad.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like it's super 80s cheese, but it's just so good.
It's a heavy,
so good.
Heavy serving of cheese.
Heavy serving.
I mean, there's still ones on there I'd still occasionally just have to hear. With No Easy Way Out, I'll throw that track on still. Like whatever. If I'm in the mood,
it's so great.
If I'm driving and I'm on the freeway and I'm like all of a sudden it'll hit me and I'm like, I need some No Easy Way Out.
Jim,
right now.
I stole a melody from it.
I didn't even realize this.
It's that impactful. We talked about Robert. He actually asked me. He said, please do a cover of it." He's like, "Please, go do a cover." He goes, "Obviously, you can sing it."
Well, if you happen to see him, tell him I'm a big fan.
I will.
That's my number one.
That is it's my favorite Dave.
That's a
moment
statement piece.
All right, Glenn, you're number one. Glenn, how are you gonna follow Rocky IV?
Well, we'll just continue this discussion.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Escape from New York.
I always found it interesting that this is not a sticker.
Huh?
It's printed.
It's printed on there?
printed.
Oh, interesting.
As if it was a sticker.
I don't know if I like that.
It's weird. And also, let's talk for a minute. We talked about Alan Howarth, but let's note the difference between Escape from New York and Halloween 3. It says in association
Oh, not with.
Alan Howarth. So music composed and performed by John Carpenter in association with Alan Howarth.
Is that John
I
flexing his
want to
muscle?
know what's
a
up
little bit?
with that. Yeah, what does that mean?
We make a soundtrack together, but we're associated.
It's kind of a cold connection, isn't it?
It's a little.
Yeah, it's a little distant.
Yeah. So he wasn't willing to give him any more than an associate title.
Not a fan of that.
It's always bothered me, but that's why, on Halloween 3, it's very much that's a team there.
Maybe by then he had realized what the contributions were.
So this is an original pressing that I think this one was sealed when I got it.
How many copies of that do you have? Because I know I have too many.
Before I got this one, this was the first one I got. This is a club version.
Oh,
Original pressing, but club version.
The permanent hype sticker.
Same deal with the permanent hype sticker. This is a really cool one. This is a Death Waltz.
Oh, I've never seen that one. Wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is
cool.
pretty cool.
Wow. Is it colored? Is it splatter or something?
No, the one I have is black. This one's interesting. This one has all the bells and whistles. It's not my preferred version. It's too much. It's got, look at all the stuff on this one.
Oh, wow.
It's like, all kinds of stuff that's not included on the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have that version. It all extra. It's like outtakes and stuff.
Yeah, and it kind of like the Flash Gordon. It has dialogue and sound from the movie. Yeah. But, gotta have it. Yeah, the some of the things sonically that set this apart, the Lin LM1 drum machine, this use of it is the one that really just made me want to use those drum sounds. And, there's something about the dark, minimal synth score with cowbell and claps. The Duke Arrives is my favorite track.
Oh, the Duke Arrives.
Hands down. The Duke Arrives / Barricade.
And the scene. It's all together. It's just.
Oh my God, the car. It comes around the corner and it just the cowbell and oh my God. It's
such a vibe. It's just like vibe. Like there's no vibe harder than that vibe, man. It's just like.
But and you're doing this too. You get
a little.
You're grooving to the Duke.
The Duke's
coming around the corner.
The Duke's coming.
Yeah. Now the last thing I want to say about this, there's a track on it I hate.
Yeah. Can't all be winners.
And it still made you number one.
It's still, despite that track, and I think you might know what it is. Everyone's Coming to New York. Oh.
Sometimes they got to throw a doozy in, though, right?
It doesn't go. It's like a bad play with dun 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 dun.
Just leave it off the soundtrack.
Just leave it off. We don't need it. It's the only thing like it in the whole freaking movie. Yeah. And they put it on the soundtrack. And when I get there, I just like every time God. But it's
you got to get it off in time. You got to stop it in time.
Yeah, it's the end of side one, right?
Side of two.
It's the worst place to put it.
It's the end of side one.
End of side one?
Yes. That's what makes it even more infuriating.
I know.
Well, Glenn, you have to get my copy. You have to get my copy because on my copy they wisely put it at the end of side two.
Of side two. Which copy do you have?
Mine is Studio Canal.
Oh yeah, this one. This expanded one. It's on at the end of side two.
Yeah, they wisely sequenced it.
They resequenced it.
Yeah. Okay. So the original end of side one. Very disruptive.
Very disruptive.
John, very disruptive.
Yeah.
He's scolding him. Very disruptive.
Very disappointing.
Despite absolutely hating one song, it's still my number one.
That's Glenn's number one. You can't. It's just perfection. Other than that track, It's perfection. Well, thank you for that one, Glenn. I guess it comes down to me and my final pick. My number one is With a Bullet. I take back what I said earlier. There is no other number one. This is my number one. Other ones could have been moved around a little bit. Like I could have moved. Two could have been Escape from New York. This is my number one. 1982.
Yeah.
Blade Runner from Vangelis.
Yeah.
Lush, futuristic, synth, orchestral noir, atmospheric, romantic, yet dystopian. Maybe the most peaceful, relaxing music that I've ever heard. This is a pleasure listen all the time. I put it on and it takes me to the calm place. Even though the movie is dark and sort of dystopian, and it's a one-man orchestra. Vangelis, he performed basically the whole score by himself on a Yamaha CS80 and a Prophet 10, Roland VP 330, a Rhodes. He layered all that stuff. He did it live, no sequencing, apparently, according to the Internet of Truth. He did all this stuff live, so there was all of that. Clashed with Ridley Scott. Ridley threatened to bring in Jerry Goldsmith, who'd done like Star Trek and some other stuff. I think the studio was like, what's all these synth, this is 1982. All these old timers are like, what are these synthesizers? Where's the Philharmonic? They're, like thinking this is just weird, like what is this? And already the shoot was troubled, the budget was over, everything was problematic with. If you've never seen the making of Blade Runner, please go watch it. It's a fascinating movie to learn all the intricacies about how it was made, all the nightmares, all the different things that went on with it. But as far as the soundtrack, that was a weird story as well. It was the release of it was delayed. The official soundtrack did not come out until 1994, 12 years, after.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Because people had they were fans were passing around bootlegs of it, selling bootlegs all over the place, trying to take it off of whatever source they could and sell bootlegs of the original music. So that was a record label thing between Warner Brothers and Vangelis's label, and they were butting heads, and so everything was sort of painful about it. But I'll just close with the iconic Tears in the Rain, which is as we often talk about, emotional moments, and none of us are afraid to talk about welling them up and getting emotional. And this is one that always gets me, and I'm like, but the iconic Tears in the Rain music cue was improvised by Vangelis while he was watching Rutger Hauer's famous speech on screen at the end of the film, when he's laying there and the rain's coming down on him, and he says, "I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. Time to die." And it's just like, in this beautiful, beautiful music's playing. Beautiful music. And Vangelis apparently is playing while watching it on, just playing it live, and just dipping in little notes. It's very subtle. He's just dipping in things as Rutger Hauer is saying these lines. He's tucking little things in one take. It's just improvised, doing it, trying to catch that moment and of magic. And you guys know how that is. When you first see something, or you first have a thought or of a musical moment or whatever, it's like if you see something and you're inspired, apparently that's how that scene went down. So I'll close on that quote from Roy Batty.
That's awesome.
That is our top 5 soundtracks, and I think we're all proud of our choices, right?
Pretty eclectic, too.
Yeah.
I
think it worked out, despite the controversy.
Yeah.
No controversy here. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. And as always, we would love to hear anybody who's watching, please leave yours in the comments because we're going to love to check those out. I always check out you guys' stuff, the stuff that you guys' top fives. I always go in and go back and check those out, and I always enjoy it.
You gonna fall asleep to Slumber Party Massacre tonight?
Probably won't fall asleep for a couple days after watching that one.
It's been a while since I've watched Blade Runner, so I got to go back and do that. It's been a while.
Yeah. We'll call it a night here for the 5x3. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you on the next one.